Hey folks, I just got through a little bit of work on the gas tank on this thing, and I had to replace these bolts that mount the gas tank. And I thought I'd record a quick video to show you guys what I used to replace these and give you some ideas on where I found all the pieces needed. So yeah, check it out. Alright folks, so first of all what I'm going to show you is what exactly it is that I replaced. See those nice shiny bolts there? Oh, let me get some light. That one, and those two down there. Well, there's 3 more of them around the front of the tank that are very hard to get to. And over the years, they've gotten a tad bit rusty. I mean, just look at this one that I pulled out. That's nasty, right? So let me just show you what it is that goes into these things, and then I'll show you what I purchased in order to replicate this. Alright? I'll put you back on a tripod. Okay, there you are, happily on a tripod. Alright, so this thing consists of a few basic pieces. There's this, I think they call this a flange nut. It's a nut with like a washer attached to it. See? And then there's these carriage bolts. Alright, now there's a cross member that runs in front of the tank and one that runs behind the tank. And that cross member is open on the top, and then there's square-shaped holes in the bottom of it. So these drop through those holes. And you can see the square-shaped shoulder on the carriage bolt. That's what makes it a carriage bolt. That keeps this round-headed, carriage bolt in place. And then this press-on nut, I think they call it a press nut actually, pushes over top of the bottom, sandwiching the cross member, right? That holds this whole thing in place. And then you lift the gas tank up into place, which goes over this stud. And then you put this nut on here to hold things in place. Right? Simple, right? Except that this thing was made in 2005 and has been underneath my Jeep in New Jersey and Pennsylvania winters ever since. So I had one of these. The nut was so rusted that when I got a socket on it, the edges literally just rounded right off. Several of them, like this one, this press nut was so rusted in the centers, you can see, that they just kind of fell off. And as soon as I got these loose, these let go of their square-shaped holes and just spun. Now the easy way to get around that, I'll tell you, is to put a little bit of pressure on them. So loosen this one until it spins, and loosen the one next to it till it spins. Stick a crowbar between the fuel tank skid plate and the cross member and pry down gently enough that it reseats these, and then loosen them a little more, and then keep going until you get them out. So that's how you get them out of there. So obviously what I had to find were replacements for all of these, and I wasn't so sure that it was going to be that easy. Well, 2 stores came to my rescue. So the first thing you need, of course, I didn't get new flange nuts, even though I probably could have, and maybe I should have. Instead, I got a nut and washer that replaces the flange nut. And then here's a nice carriage bolt. These are a little bit longer, which actually worked out nicely because it made it easier to reinstall them. The thing you'll notice is missing from this picture here is the press nut. Trying to see if there's a part number. Oh yeah, there's a part number. So these I picked up at Napa. Now, I'm not going to put one on because it'll get stuck, but there you go. Brandy new press nut. It's basically like a toothed washer. Lowe's had something similar to it, but it wasn't quite the same, and they didn't have any in stock. Well, they didn't have the right size in stock. So this basically presses on here. I'll show you. See how that presses? The little fins that are in there spread out, and they press over the threads of your bolt. And then that, just like I showed you, sandwiches the cross member. I found the easiest way to do this on the cross member where you can get your finger on top, which is the rear one. You put it in there, you hold it in place with your finger, you get this just started with your fingers, and then I took a socket. In my case it was a 1/2 inch socket, and I just pushed it up on there, and this just right up on there. On the ones where you can't get your finger on top, I had to sort of put it into place, which was tricky to begin with. And once it was in place, since it was just resting in there by gravity, as soon as I tried to press the thing on, it would push the bolt up. I took a pair of channel locks and pinched the top and then pressed it on the bottom with the same manner with the socket. And then I took the channel locks and held it at the bottom, and then I used a screwdriver to push it up until it was flush. And then once they were in place, I put the nut and the washer on, and perfect. I mean, tank is on, and I have nice shiny new hardware now. If I had it to do again, I'd probably find a way to do it where those things were not so prone to rust and failure, because I still feel like in a number of years, if I ever have to take this thing down again, say to replace the fuel pump or whatever, well, it's just, I think I'm going to have the same problem all over again. Looking back, it wasn't terrible to deal with, but it'd be nice if, well, it would have been nice if I didn't have to deal with it. But such is life when you own a Jeep that's, what, 13 years old now? So yeah, I hope this helps someone. Like I said, I got these at Lowe's. They are 5/16 carriage bolts. I think they're an inch long. Half inch long? No, they're an inch long. They gotta be. And then the nuts and washers that go with them, they're right there in the bins surrounding them. And then these bolt retainers, they have listed on the package. Here's they're part number 665-1018. 36 of them. I only needed 7, but whatever, I got more. So, there you go. That's how you replace the hardware holding in your gas tank. So if you're buying a skid plate that doesn't come with hardware, like a factory replacement skid plate, or if you're just taking it off to replace the fuel pump, or if you just want to take it off and straighten that skid plate back out again, because Lord knows mine needs it. I didn't have time to take care of hammering it all back into shape and repainting it or whatever, but I may do that again over the summer maybe. It's great to just replace that hardware so you don't have to deal with it again. So yeah, there you go. Hopefully this turns into a short video, even though I feel like I've rambled on forever. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button, folks. The more subscribers I get, the happier I am. You want to make me happy, don't you? Why wouldn't you want to make me happy? Also, check me out on Patreon. Patreon.com/SWBCrawler. I'm trying to fund this whole endeavor, get some more interesting tools to show you guys, improve my skill set, and let you guys follow along in the process. So help me do that, because I think it'd be fun, and I think you guys would benefit. So yeah, thanks for watching.